Good afternoon, everyone. I thought just briefly for a few minutes I would show you my face so you can see who I am talking to you today. My name is Helen Jackson. I'm the course director for the Interactive Media course here on the Coleraine campus at Ulster University. Thank you very much for joining me on this grey Saturday. I'm going to talk you through some of the details around the course content for the interactive media course, and there'll be plenty of time at the end of this short presentation if you have any queries or questions. So I'm going to go back to sharing my files with you again. Okay. So as I say, this is a short presentation on the BSc Honours Interactive Media course here at the Coleraine campus of Ulster University. So during this short presentation with you today, I'm going to cover some details about what you will learn on the course, how you'll be taught, how we support you in your learning, what our students think about the course, and very importantly, any future careers that our course leads to. So let's get things sorted from the very off. What is interactive media? Well, the interactive media course at Ulster is a really unique multidisciplinary degree. So it gives you the knowledge and skills to work across a wide range of media and technical disciplines that are required in the creative media sector. So this includes a raft of skills and careers, including TV and film production, graphic design, animation, storytelling, digital media content production, web design, interactive documentary, and AR and VR experiences. Essentially, the course is designed to enable you to discover what your own specialism is. What is the thing in that list that you are most interested in? But importantly, where our interactive media graduates excel is they understand the roles between all of those different types of work-based practices. So you will get a full understanding of all the creative media design and production disciplines that are needed in this sector. You will also uniquely on this course have the opportunity to complete a year-long placement in between your second and third year of the course and gain an additional qualification, which is a diploma in professional practice. So you will get that in addition to a BSc Honours in Interactive Media. So what will you learn? So as I said, this is a multidisciplinary course. So actually you will learn a range of skills across a number of different disciplines. And these include primarily, first and foremost, design. So design for the web, but also design for print. Media production, software development, and also quite critically, which is in great need in this sector, is management skills. So what does that actually look like? Well, design can focus on anything from how Woody looks in Toy Story 4 to the colour of a button on the homepage of Facebook. So all of that creative expertise requires skills including graphic design, artwork, layout, branding, typography, advertising, screen design, interface design, character design, user design, and communication design. So these are, on the right hand side of this screen is a small selection of what a design project will look like. So this was a year one project looking at interface design and also logo design. So essentially you need that grounding of design skills in order to work within this creative media sector. But also you will learn about media production. So you will learn the skills and processes you need to create stories for film. They might be animated stories. They might be stories that are factually based. So for example, interactive documentaries, stories for the web, but also stories for AR and VR, which are augmented reality and virtual reality experiences. Again, our course is very cutting edge. We deal with very current and contemporary production skills that are needed in this sector. So you will learn storytelling theories and techniques including how to storyboard out your narratives. You will learn how to use production and post-production equipment that is currently used in the creation of all media content. As the images show there on the right-hand side, so we have at the top right there students who are in our television studio using the green screen capability, so they can drop in sort of animated sequences in post-production of that sequence of filmings. And underneath then you see, as I say, for film production you need all the skills. It's not just the visual skills but also the audio skills. So how to capture good quality audio and make sure that that's very clearly heard against your film or animated sequences. We do teach software development because essentially we will teach you the skills that will give you the expertise as a coder. So we will teach you a variety of programming languages to help you build things like mobile apps, websites, games, and virtual reality films. Essentially, their programming languages are primarily based as CSS and HTML. But you will also learn about systems architecture, how to design VR experiences and web experiences that are accessible for all users. We'll teach you how to publish online. We'll teach you how to use AR and VR development code and the different protocols that are needed to push films to VR or AR. So as you see there on the top right hand side, some of the learning will be involved in labs. We teach you coding. None of these sort of disciplines that we teach you require any pre-knowledge. So don't be alarmed if you've never looked at a piece of coding in your life before. We teach from what I call sort of ground zero. Some of students will come into the course already knowing bits and pieces of coding, and that's fantastic. They sort of hit the ground running. But we teach this to absolute novices in this field, but it gives you that additionality that is needed in this sector. Virtual reality is becoming something that used to be very unusual and now is becoming more usual. So you need to learn the programming languages in order to develop films for those different platforms. And then finally, management. As I said earlier, this is critical in our industry. This focuses on, what are the skills and experiences and knowledge you need to look after clients? How can you organize a project to ensure that everybody and everything is paid on time? How do you know how to plan for an interactive media project? How much do these type of projects cost? What resources do you need in the background to ensure that everything can be delivered on time? And how can you market and commercialize your ideas? So how can you make money as an app designer or a VR film developer? Okay, so as I say, management is our sort of fourth and quite critical strand, and definitely the feedback that we get from industry is our graduates really excel when it comes to management. And just to flag up and be perfectly honest, within our industry, this is where the money is. Okay, so essentially a 4-year degree kind of looks like this. In the first year, we teach you the fundamentals of digital design. We teach you all about animation, how to develop films and TV practice. But we also look at the theory of media audiences and the importance of understanding that looking at things visually has specific cultures attached to it and how those images are read. In the second year, then you move a lot into more of the interactive side of things, looking at interface design, website design. You make interactive documentaries, you learn how to design using data, and you learn how to create stories that have interactive narratives. Between the second year and final year, then you can take an optional placement year. That could be within a company, or it could be within one of our partner institutions that is overseas. We currently have a student out this year studying in Canada, so that was his choice to go out and do a similar course, but gain extra qualifications by studying abroad. And then our final year is quite specific. It's really large-scale projects that you come up with by yourself. We support you and guide you through those projects, but essentially some of the projects are involved in social enterprise, so working with community partners that we have. You work on your major project, and also you work on what is called your innovation and enterprise project, so essentially how to take one of your projects and commercialize it, how actually you would consider making money out of your ideas. So that's broadly speaking what a 4-year program looks like. How will you be taught? Well, you'll spend a very limited amount of time in lecture halls. We'll teach you in television studios, in computer labs, and also design studios. So that's what your learning environment will look like on the interactive media degree. A typical week, well, in first year you're probably on campus between 3 and 4 days a week. In second year you're probably on campus about 3 days a week, and in your final year, where you're working a lot more independently, you would be on campus 2 days a week. Okay. In addition to that, of course, there's lots of independent study that we're expecting you to work out on those days where you're not on campus. We provide an awful lot of personal study support, so we give you, our Blackboard is our online virtual learning environment, and some of our teaching is done through that mechanism, and that's essentially how we've been teaching during COVID. But you have access to extensive library resources. You have 24/7 access to all our labs, and we have also a large number of personal spaces where you can go hook up a laptop and work away independently. Most of the work on our on the interactive media degree is project work. Okay, there's very little in the way of essay writing or anything like that. You are making things on this course. You also are involved in some group work, so that enables you to work on larger scale projects. But again, all making projects. There are no exams on this course. It is 100% coursework. We have as I've said before, we have a wide range of facilities that you can use: television studio, our labs. We have a recording studio. Agency is our design studio. Again, students have 24/7 access to. And the agency, that studio is really your space. It's not so much a teaching space. It's a space where you can go and use our high spec, editing suites and computing systems. And we've essentially a blended approach to learning. So some of our resources are online, but the majority are face-to-face teaching. How do we support you? We have a whole raft of things in place in order to support your learning. We provide one-to-one mentoring. You get a major project supervisor in your final year. We offer a student buddy support system where we pair a first year up with a second or third year student, so they can show you all the shortcuts. All staff have an open door policy. You can knock on my office door at any time of the week and discuss your teaching and learning with me. We have a range of online resources available through our virtual learning environment. We have a range of library resources available to you. We significantly, on the interactive media course, you're taught in small class sizes. So you get a very individualized and personalized teaching experience. We also have careers sessions built into our teaching program to give you essentially that platform to enable you to enter into the industry very quickly after you graduate. And then also we have a wide range of other student support services available to help you, say for example, with your wellness, your emotional well-being. Things like that are very, very important to us on this course. This is just a little bit of a sort of snapshot of one of our graduates. Ryan Pendleton graduated in 2018. He's now working with a very innovative agency in Belfast at the moment. But as he explains here, that the interactive media degree gave him the opportunity to take a year out and work in the industry, and that's what he valued most about the course. And that enabled him to use the skills he had built during the first 2 years on the course, and he could see how those elements were needed within the industries that he was seeking to work with. But also, additionally, the year working on his placement gave him the inspiration for his major project. Ryan did a lot of AR work with his company, and therefore his final project became an augmented reality experience. And that combined several skills he had learned and developed through the 4 years on the course, and also what he had learned with working in the company Centurial, as he explains there. So Ryan's now a mixed reality content designer. Real world experience is really, really important for any undergraduate. Most jobs are looking for some form of experience, and have given you the opportunity to carry out a placement year during the course of the interactive media degree has provided a really invaluable platform for our graduates. We have a lot of these partners already in place. Year on year, we provide placements to the likes of Centurial, Waddell Media, BBC Digital. So we have those networks and organisations in place to provide you with that opportunity to spend a year working in the real world. The benefits of a placement cannot be stated strongly enough. If you do a placement, you are more likely to achieve a higher final degree classification. The majority of our students who take a year out on placement normally graduate with a first-class honours degree. That's just fact. Okay, you are more likely to be in full-time professional employment within 6 months of graduating if you do a placement. Placements helps you build your professional network, and also importantly and crucially, it sort of allows you to graduate with that extra diploma. A lot of your project work are real world projects, so we sort of work with partners in industry, and as an undergraduate, some of your coursework will be delivering actual projects for industry, and we've had amazing success with this. So in 2018, our students won what is called the Media Award. It's an international award. I went to Belgium to pick this up, along with some of our students who designed a digital learning resource, which essentially was designed with lots of information and teaching resources about health and safety. Health and safety within our industry is quite specific whenever it comes to creative media. So our students designed a range of interactive tools to help other students learn more mindful practices when it came to doing risk assessments on their own project. And as I say, it was an international award that we won, competing against lots of other, not just universities that were in for the award, but actual design agencies also competing against them. So I say our student work really is world class. And what we're very mindful of, what is it employers want from our interactive media graduates? Well, essentially they want you to have a degree, okay, which is that sort of recognized qualification, but also qualification that comes from a course that has practical sort of practical experiences built into it. And again, I come back to the idea, all of our students graduate with their wonderful degrees, but also they have a portfolio of amazing projects that they've completed over the 3 or 4 years of their undergraduate degree, and employers want to see that. They sort of want to know that you have a very good degree qualification, but they also want to see the evidence of that. So we build in that portfolio building for assess components. We also, within our teaching, industry wants to see that our students can apply problem solving, that you are innovative, that you can design, that you are creative, and that you understand that essentially the user or the viewer is at the center of all of the things that you design and develop. And again, that's built into our program. Again, management industry are crying out for managers in this field. So they want to see that you have experience of project managing teams within the coursework that you have done over the course of the course. And also they're looking for very carefully to see that you have that ability to articulate and communicate your ideas. And again, we package that all into what we teach and how we teach. What do our interactive media graduates go on to do? Well, I'll tell you first and foremost, they are in demand. During the global pandemic, this has actually given amazing opportunities for our undergrads and graduates. I would put my hand on my heart and tell you that there wasn't a single week that went by over the last 12 months where an employer did not contact me and say, could you circulate this vacancy amongst your recent graduates? That happened week in, week out, all of last year. Our graduates are so in demand. With the push to everything going online, suddenly graduates with the skills that this course offers have become very much in demand within the industry. But we sit across a whole range of different roles and sectors. So you might go on and become a media content, working in television, but you might be online, so a website content developer. You might move into more of the management side of the house as a creative design manager. You might work exclusively within social media, and you'll all know how important this is becoming, so you might work as a social media officer. You might have found your niche, your skill within graphic design, and you go out and you graduate from the course and get a job as a graphic designer. Or you might have found your niche as being someone in video development, storytelling through video, and you go out there as a videographer. You might have found your niche within the digital or within the marketing. So you might become a digital marketing officer. You might become a marketing consultant. You might become a digital curator, someone who knows how to host information online. Or you might be out there within the sort of marketing sphere of things. But also, while lots of our students go into jobs within a design agency under one of those headings, please remember that these job roles operate across a range of sectors. So in healthcare, you will need a graphic designer. In healthcare, you will need a website content developer. In the education sphere, and again, the education, that sort of digital sector has massively exploded because probably yourselves, you've been used to being taught online for the past 18 months. So now education needs people with the skills to develop online teaching resources. So we've had a lot of graduates within the past 2 years who have gone and worked as digital designers within that education sector. Architecture needs creative design managers, it needs website content developers. Tourism needs digital curators, online marketing people. So again, sort of what I'm trying to explain to you is, yes, there is within the sector, there is a creative media sector, but understand that the graduates from this degree work across all sectors, because digital has become where the job roles and job vacancies are. And as I say there, Northern Ireland is leading in sort of some of these places. We have a dynamic cluster of companies working with global clients to deliver creative solutions within film, animation, sound, mobile content, e-learning, music, etc. And read any business paper, all national trends and forecasts predict the continuation of demand for high-level skills relating to digital. What do our employers think? Well, they love our graduates. So this is Jack Morrow from Retinize, who I work with on a number of different projects, and Jack has employed some of our students both on placement and as graduates. And as Jack points out there, he says that the expertise and unique knowledge of these graduates allows them to sit between and across all media projects and workflows associated with creative media production. So these graduates are the link between all disciplines. So between film, television, animation, storytelling, content production, etc. And the real strength of our graduates is that they have a wide skill space that reveals its strengths not only within interactive media production itself, but specifically, and this is something more and more industry keep flagging up to us, the management of these projects is becoming quite critical, and our graduates fit really nicely into these management roles. So could this be you? Are you excited by the possibility of creating stories using a whole raft of different media technologies? Do you want to play around with 360-degree video, use drone cameras to create innovative media content? Do you want to develop new ways to create and tell stories? Do you want to connect with users and audiences of media content in exciting and innovative ways? Do you want to develop cutting-edge technical skills for your career development? So as I say, if this is you, then this is the course that you want to do. Just a little bit of extra information, that sort of brings me to the end of talking about the course, but just a little bit of extra information today. Entry-level requirements sometimes are a bit of a moving field, so the person to ask about entry requirements onto the course, I'm afraid, isn't me. But if you email admissions@ulster.ac.uk, they're the people that will tell you of the sort of the level of qualifications that you need to gain entry onto this course. Just a little bit of T's and C's here. Please be aware that sort of the modules that we're currently teaching may change by the time you join the course, but it's not really something for today. So that's sort of me sort of bringing this this talk to the end. We do have a chat function in the right hand side of your screen. There should be a little purple tab that kind of open and close in the bottom right hand corner. So if anyone does have any questions, you're more than welcome to turn on your mic and your camera. If I could see you, that would be wonderful. But if you're more comfortable with sort of putting a question into the chat box, I'm sort of very happy to take any questions there. But if you can't think, I know and don't want to put anyone sort of maybe a question will come to you in a sort of hour or so's time. But if you do have any questions, you can contact me directly. I'm going to put my email address into the chat box. At ulster.ac.uk. So that's me. If anyone has any questions, you can definitely contact me via email. Any questions or queries that you have. If there's something I ran over there a bit quickly in terms of the presentation and you want to come back to me at a different time, please do ask. Just to say, I can't, obviously I'm biased as a course director, but I can't emphasize enough of how innovative and exciting our course is. As I say, multidisciplinary course, operates across a range of different disciplines. You may already have a sort of key skill that you want to further develop on the course, but this will give you the opportunity to gain additional skills and experiences across a range of creative media expertise. So if it is a question that you want to explore that further, then this is definitely the course for you. We take in about 20 students every year. As I say, small class sizes. We're fully kitted out with all of the latest technologies, and they're there for you to book out of our stores and use. The course doesn't ask for any prerequisites in terms of qualifications or specific A levels or anything like that. Whether you've had no experience of design, coding, media content production, or management, we don't ask for any prior knowledge in any of those fields. This is something that we teach from a sort of ground level zero. Okay, so if we, as I say, if we have no other questions, then that's me finished the course. This video will be archived, so you can come back at a later date and maybe hear some more, spend your time listening to some more detailed information about the course. And as I say, please don't hesitate to contact me at any time at h.jackson@ulster.ac.uk. Very nice to spend time with you today. Thank you.